Hey guys, it's Jack Punkington here, and tonight's just a vlog. Before I get into the main idea, as a heads up, and then kind of update on what's going on in my personal life, it's that time of year again. Last year I made this video, and I'm making it again, and last year it didn't happen. This year I might just make it happen. I get sick really bad in the late fall, well, mid to late fall, around this time. My throat, actually, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this part of my throat swells up really bad, and it's hard to talk. In fact, actually, to do this video, I took 3 Tylenol and ate a bowl of this big of chicken noodle soup and drank hot coffee to kind of burn and settle the pain. So this isn't going to be a super long video, but I am going to see about getting my tonsils removed. Wow, that's one of the scariest things I could think about doing, and it's something I feel like I need to do. Every year this happens more and more, and I think it's time that I just get them removed so it doesn't happen, at least not as badly as it was. And I know it's gonna suck because it just sucks to do stuff like that, go through that surgery, because it takes forever to heal and stuff, and I'm gonna miss school and work and stuff. But so I'll probably make another one a little bit before, if not like the night before I go into surgery, about like how long the recovery process is and stuff. But if I don't get to it and something just happens and I have to get them removed or something, this is kind of your guys' heads up that if the videos kind of stop for like a month, I'm going to try and come back and do them before then. I'll be posting on the Facebook page if it happens. Or like they just stop. That's why. I'm in the hospital because of my throat. And the reason why it's scary is because not only am I a guitar player, I'm a singer. And I'm the lead singer of my band that I'm in. It's not my band, but I'm in it. I'm a lead singer and lead guitar player, and it's the scary thought of, what if they do something and it doesn't heal right, or something messes up, they do something that messes up my throat permanently, I can't sing anymore, or can't talk. That's terrifying. And that's one of the things I'm not scared in terms of a phobia, but scared in terms of I could lose the thing that I love to do. Granted, that doesn't affect my guitar playing skills unless I do something with my hands, which I doubt. But so I could still gladly play guitar as much as possible. But the fact that I could lose my singing voice and possibly my regular voice is kind of scary. On the flip side, though, I have heard of musicians who do get them removed and their voices actually sound better because of it. And after the healing process and they've gone through it, their singing voice is actually better. And so maybe it might sound better. I don't know. Now onto the bulk of the video. In the last few weeks, one of my friends that I've grown up with from high school, his name's Austin. I've talked about him on a few times on this channel, and I'd love to see about getting him on the channel to have a discussion with him. Is now in a band called American Noise Army, or ANNA for short. And their music's amazing. It's very different in terms of good. Like, it's something everyone will listen to, everyone will like, And they've performed, from my knowledge, since he's joined, 3 shows, going on 4 or 2 going on 3, and they've sold out every show, and it's like big, decent venues. And tonight he got to tell me his stories about the concerts, and it's amazing. And this is why it's like funny and amazing. Is since back in high school when we really started hanging out and talking, um, we we used to hang out every day after school, and we would just sit, me, him, and this other person, and just talk about music and like we talk about anything, but music came up a lot because it's something between the two of us at the time. We didn't know a lot about each other that worked because we understood it and it was something we both had in common. And we made a bet that whoever got famous first, the other band has to open for them. My hair is horrible today. Has to open for them at a concert. And he's actually getting close to winning that bet. And it's hard to believe that that's been 6 years. Yeah, it's been 6 years. Wow, that's just like poof, isn't it? Oh, my hat's gone. Get back here. That was 6 years ago. And that was my sophomore year. And that's hard to believe. I'm a sophomore in college right now. So it's so hard to believe that was a thing. And when it comes to performing, as a musician, most musicians, I won't speak for all of them, but most, that is when you feel normal. That's when I feel normal. When I'm on stage and I'm just looking at a crowd of people, big or small, I've performed for both, and they're just into it, and it's just music, and it's just the perfect feeling of I'm doing this and I'm enjoying it with them. I'm sharing them my pain, I'm sharing them my troubles, and I'm sharing them my joy. And they're doing the same. I'm making them forget their pain, and I'm giving them joyful memories. And I'm sharing with them my pain, and they're making joyful memories for me. And that is the greatest feeling ever. And it's something I miss dearly. As a musician who has not performed with a band in about 2 years, it sucks. I've done a lot of solo stuff in the last 2 years. I've done a lot of open mics. I've done a lot of just fiddling around at some stores for people. I've done some storefront stuff, but I haven't done an actual stage and performing. It sucks. And I'm hoping with the band that I'm working with music right now that leads to doing stuff like that, because I know that there's some places around my area that I could do that. It's just getting practice times and stuff. But that is the greatest feeling. And if you are an aspiring musician, I promise you that if you want to do something like that, to work hard, and it's worth every part. I remember my very first live performance as a guitar player and as a singer. I have been a performer since I was 5 years old. I have performed for a good 100 people every year when I was a pianist. And then it just changed, with marching band, it was like 400 or 500 to a couple to about 1,000 at the most, I think. I think the largest crowd I ever performed for was about 2,000 people, maybe. About 1,000, I'd probably say. But the biggest thing is, if you're scared, just do it. My first performance, I was very nervous. And it was even worse. It was completely an accident that I got this gig. There was a venue. There used to be this venue in my town that's now closed, called the Clearing Venue, and it was so cool. It was such a cool place to chill and just enjoy music. And they had posted on their Facebook, "Hey, you guys should come to this concert. It's coming out pretty soon. It's gonna be all these big. It was like a festival. It's all these big bands." And at the time, I was in a band that wasn't super serious, but we had practiced enough that we had a fair amount of material. And I was 15, and I had commented because the day of the festival was my 16th birthday, and I thought that was so cool. And I had commented on like the post, like, and it wasn't even like the first comment; it was down and below, and I was like, "Wow, this is super cool! I have to come to this." It's my 16th. It's on the day of my 16th birthday. It'd be even cooler, if like my band could perform at something like this someday. And the guy who ran it messaged me, having no knowledge of who I was, and said, "Would you like to be the opening act for this festival? Would your band?" And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "Just have like this amount of material," which we had, "and you guys can do it." And it was so cool. My very first performance was like, it was only like 30 minutes, but it was my 16th birthday, and it was something that I loved, and it was so cool. And it was just me and my best friend Justin, who's still my probably tied for my closest, if not my closest best friend. I've known him for years, 5 or 6 years, and we have worked on music for most of that time together, and we worked best together. And we had done a set, and it was just simple stuff. Like, the first thing I did was play the national anthem myself. Me and him did an electric blues jam, then we switched over to acoustic, did a couple, like one original, and then a Green Day song, and then we played Scott Pilgrim's song Garbage Truck, and then we got off stage, and it was such a cool experience. And I've performed so many other times at that place and others, and performing is like the greatest part of being a musician. Although all of you young musicians who are still thinking about it and nervous, I really highly suggest doing it. It's something that you'll love. Well, sorry for this being kind of a longer video, guys. Like I said, I wanted to give you guys a heads up about my surgery. So, this is Jack Punkington signing out. Peace.